quashed it based on state secrets privilege, and they cited the state secrets privilege together with affidavits from the various individuals in the Justice Department, including the Attorney General, and asked the judge to quash that deposition.
Okay,
This was the second time.
So these were lawyers who were representing the families of the 9/11 victims, correct? Wanted to get information from you?
The lawyers of the family victims, yes. Victims' family, correct.
And did you understand why they thought you had relevant information?
Macro level, yes. I didn't know what they were planning to ask specifically, but it had to do with certain Turkish lobby and organizations in the United States who also had certain dealings with Saudi Arabia-related financial and lobby organizations in the United States, and cases that would have involved both Saudi Arabia and Turkey jointly working, doing certain things here in the United States, but also outside the United States.
Okay. And I think you said earlier, basically the government prevented you from giving that information to the families of the 9/11 victims, correct?
Correct. It's been 5 years, but to my best of knowledge, they forced the party who was subpoenaing me to submit questions, and they said all those questions are classified and covered by the state secrets privilege, and they invoked it for it.
Now, on that website, in this state secrets privileged gallery, it seems like you have photographs of various individuals, right?
Yes.
Is Dan Burton one of the people who's in the gallery?
His pictures is there, yes.
Okay. Why is his picture there?
I can't discuss the details of those individuals' not legal activities in the United States, but those pictures, his and others, are there because state secrets privilege was mainly invoked to cover up those individuals' extremely illegal activities against the United States citizens who were involved in operations that were against for the foreign governments and foreign entities against the United States interests.
Okay. And Dan Burton is a representative, member of Congress from Indiana. Is that correct? Is that the right place?
I believe he is.
Okay. What about, it also appears that you have a photograph of Dennis Hastert in the gallery?
Yes.
Okay, and why is his photograph there?
Again, this information is public, has been public. He would be one of the primary U.S. persons involved in operations and activities that are not legal, and they are not for the interest of the United States, but for the interest of foreign governments and foreign entities.
Okay. Now, and again, Mr. Hastert was the Speaker of the House, representative from Illinois?
At the time, he was.
Can you tell me anything about what your concerns are about Mr. Hastert?
This information has been public. The concerns, again, would be in several categories. The acceptance of large sums of bribery in forms of cash or laundered cash, and laundering it to make it look legal for his campaigns and also for his personal use in order to do certain favors and call for certain actions and make certain things happen for foreign entities and foreign governments' interests, the Turkish government's interests and Turkish business entities' interests.
Did you have reason to believe that Mr. Hastert, for example, killed one of the Armenian genocide resolutions in exchange for money from these Turkish organizations?
Yes, I do.
So if I were to say that a member of Congress, if I were just to walk out on the street and say, I think members of Congress have taken money from these Turkish organizations in exchange for denying the Armenian genocide. Would that be an unreasonable assumption on my part?
That's pure conjecture. The individual is totally irrelevant object.
Are you aware of other members of Congress other than Mr. Hastert taking money from Turkish organizations in exchange for denying the Armenian genocide?
Yes, and not only taking monies, but other activities too, including being blackmailed for various reasons.
Stephen Solars is on in your gallery as well. I believe he's a representative from New York. Is that correct? I'm really guessing for that.
He used to be.
Was.
Correct. He is a registered lobbyist for the or was a registered lobbyist for the government of Turkey.
Mr. Hastert is also a registered lobbyist for the government of Turkey now.
That's what I have read, and it was announced. Yes, he is.
And why is Mr. Solars in your gallery? If you can tell me. Bless you.
Bless you. Mr. Solars and certain others in the gallery, as lobbyists, they also acted as conduits to deliver or launder contribution and other briberies to certain members of Congress, but also in pressuring outside Congress, and including blackmail in certain members of Congress.
And Mr. Solars and others would be doing this on behalf of these Turkish organizations?
And the Turkish government, correct, both.
Would you say that, would it be your opinion that the Turkish government, through these Turkish organizations in the United States and otherwise, has corrupted members of Congress?
Objection. She's just asking for an opinion. This is supposed to be a witness who testifies to facts.
Absolutely, yes.
And is that based on you just speculating, or is it based on something else?
Based on documented and provable facts and files, and based on facts, 100%, and documented facts.
Now, and are some of those documented facts that you're referring to, are they public knowledge? Are they in the public domain?
Some of them through various, I guess, reporting and other sources who have been disturbed and talked, yes.
And is your opinion based in part upon your experience working on counterintelligence matters for the United States?
To the extent she can answer that question without... why don't we just withdraw that question?
Okay, that's fair enough. It looks like you have a photo of Bob Livingston on your gallery as well.
Yes.
And I believe he was a congressman from, I want to say, Louisiana at some point.
Correct.
He was the one that was going to be the speaker, but then left.
Yes.
Why is he in your gallery?
Until 1999, until he left, for activities that he was engaged, not very legal activities on behalf of foreign interests and entities, and after 1999, acting as a conduit to, again, further foreign interests, both overtly and covertly, as a lobbyist, but also as an operative.
When you say as an operative, what do you mean by that?
In order to explain, I will give you an example, maybe. Is that okay?
Sure.
Just a hypothetical example?
It's okay with me. Yeah.
Okay. If an individual has companies set up and clients in offshore islands like Cayman Islands, for example, and is able to, as an operative, to launder money by foreign entities that were obtained illegally, and some of them had to do with narcotics, and use these Cayman Island offshore accounts to do that, and then some of that money goes